develop and we continue to keep an eye on. Well, in Uganda, President Yoweri Museveni wants families with good incomes as well as members of the business community to install CCTV cameras in their premises to fight the ever-increasing lawlessness in the country. He made the remarks as he delivered the annual State of the Nation address in Kampala yesterday. Now, Museveni also sought to justify his extended term in power and explained why countries like Uganda need experienced presidents. Let's now speak to our correspondent in Kampala, Uganda, Solomon Serwanja. Good morning, Solomon. Looks like the president had a different way of saying things this time round.
Well, certainly a very good morning to you, Akisa Wandera. Different reactions coming through from different Ugandans about the State of the Nation address. Yesterday, President Yoweri Museveni's statement of address was hinged on 3 or 4 pillars, including security, peace, infrastructure development, and agriculture. But of course, the president took time to continue to criticize the police for failing to manage the level of crime in Uganda. Of course, this follows the several attacks that have been going on here, including the death of AIGP Andrew Felix Kawesi. But the president also continued to make allegations that the police has been infiltrated by criminals and therefore it needs to clean its house if it's to keep the security tight. Now, on the issue of infrastructure development, he also said that a lot has been done, including the construction of dams, that are expected to increase the power growth. However, Wandera, the standard gauge railways wings continue to be damp and yet to take off. The president saying this time around a lot of focus is going to be put on the construction of the standard gauge railway. Remember, Kenya just launched its section and Uganda is lagging behind. So I know that infrastructure will be taking the lion's share in the budget, which is actually going to be read in tomorrow, the 8th of June. But also the whole argument that Ugandans should be involved in the security situation, considering the call for the rich men and women or business community to buy CCTV cameras, is also one that is being debated across the country. Why isn't government taking the lead before it invites the business community and indeed Ugandans to install CCTV cameras? So yes, Akisa, the State of the Nation address continuing to draw in mixed reactions from different Ugandans ahead of the reading of the national budget. Akisa.
Well, apart from all those pillars of the things that he talked about in that State of the Nation address, we understand that Museveni also gave a brief explanation on why he has continued to hold on to power after all these years.
Well, I'll tell you that this is in Uganda. This is a given, because the president, every time he comes out to make a statement in the public, he always speaks why Uganda and indeed Africa needs experienced leaders. Of course, this really has raised antennas up ahead of the 2021 elections. Is the president going to stand? For example, he will give you the same answer that he gave us in about 2015 when he said that the party will decide whether he's still a viable candidate to stand for presidency. But from his narration, you get a feeling that he's going to be bouncing back in 2021. But if he's going to bounce back, Wandera, it means that the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda needs to be changed because of the age limits. The Constitution does not allow people beyond 70 years to stand, and the president will be that time 75, and that means he will not be able to stand for, he will not be able to stand for presidency. So if indeed he sees himself as a focused leader who is going to take Uganda to a middle-income state through Vision 2040 and Vision 2020, it literally means that the Constitution of Uganda will be changed, so to speak, to give him a leeway to stand in 2021. But of course, a lot of criticism coming in from the opposition and from civil society organizations. Some people saying that your contribution to the development of Uganda has been made and it's time for you to move on so that a new blood or fresh blood takes over this country. That indeed is something that Ugandans keep talking about. So it is not new, but rather it is something that as a country we need to discuss. Do we still need experience or do we need fresh blood? Akisa.